Hey, it's me, Saul. So, as you've probably heard in the title, today I want to do something a little bit different. Now, if you've been playing in the meta for the last week, two, maybe even a month, I actually haven't been keeping track. You know for a fact that Noble Knights are here. They're top tier. They are doing amazing in the meta. They're tier 1 without a doubt. But as I'm not sure everyone knows. Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't, because a lot of people net deck, and I've learned to become a bit more okay with people doing it, but there's a lot more Noble Knight cards than people give credit for, and even the ones that people are aware of and sometimes splash into the decks, in my opinion, sometimes don't get enough credit. Like, what you normally see is the standard 3 copies of Merlin. You see what's his name, Madrot, and then you see Boars, and then the 3 of them kind of just make up the deck. Maybe you'll see a Dristan in there, maybe you'll see a Pellinor, and then their XYZ monsters, and then that's more or less it. You'll almost always see a Guinevere, right? Now, someone who I think personally the best Noble Knight monster, in my opinion, that's Noble Knight Brothers. This card right here. This card can only attack if you control exactly 3 Noble Knight monsters, which right off the bat doesn't sound great, but that's not what you want. This card only has 1200 attack. You're not summoning this card to attack with it. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon up to 2 Noble Knight monsters from your hand. That means for the price of 1 normal summon, you get 3 monsters on the field, and it doesn't specify a level. If you want to, you can special summon level 5 monsters. You could probably make a completely different deck than the one that I've created here, and yeah, you can't special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except Noble Knights, but it's a Noble Knight deck, so that doesn't matter. And then on top of that, this card lets you go +1, because once per turn you can target 3 Noble Knight or Noble Arms cards in your graveyard, which means that also includes your quick play right here, and you get to shuffle them back into your deck, which lets you recycle your resources, including your extra deck monsters, and then you get to draw a card. So it lets you +1 along with letting you special summon 2 other cards, which means you can turn 1 XZs with this card. I don't think this card gets enough credit, and so today I built a deck effectively around it. Just to prove a point, I excluded Madrot from the deck. I still have 2 copies of Merlin in there, although realistically for the strategy that I have planned, I don't really expect to use it too much. Now, this video is about underrated Noble Knight cards. I want to give Noble Knight Buddy Boy, I want to give him a shot, right? He's not the card I want to give focus to, but I have a feeling that he might work well with the use of Brothers over here, especially because we're not using Madrot. When this card is normal summon, you can, or special summon, meaning that it also activates when you use him with Noble Knight Brothers. You get to send a card from your deck to the graveyard, and if once per turn during either player's turn, you can choose a card in your graveyard and attach it to a Noble Knight monster, meaning that you can maybe equip it to just Dristan and get a pop-off or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. It's just something I wanted to try out with some spice. If I were actually going to optimize the deck using the Noble Knight Brothers, I would absolutely still use Madrot, because with this current deck, as you see, we actually can't go into our Toragis unless we get 2 copies of Boars on the field, which our spell won't actually let us do. So it's not efficient for that. But my aim here isn't efficient. It's just to have fun and then show off a card that I think is actually quite good. So we're going to take this into ranked. I'm already king of games, which is why you see I'm just playing around and making things up as I go along. So let's give this deck list a shot and see how it goes, spicing up Noble Knights a little. I say spice. I have 3 Karma Cuts in this deck, but shut up, we're gonna have fun. Let's go. Okay, who do we get? King of Games, obviously. Oh wait, that's his only oh, is this a new player? Okay, new player playing Zane. Alright, so I feel like this is most likely going to be a Cyber Dragons deck, and we get a turn 1. That's beautiful. That probably won't be the best showcase of what I'm going here for here, because we won't be interrupted. And this is ass. Okay, so in a situation like this, I guess the best thing to do is this. So I'll use Merlin and I'll go into Buddy over here, because I don't have a spell in my hand somehow. Oh wait, no, I do have a spell. I have my Hey Trunade, which is useless because I went first. So I'm going to go into Noble Knight Bedwittier. I've literally never summoned this card before in my life. However, if I'm not mistaken, this should allow me to to send my Destiny to the grave. Why isn't it letting me target? During either player's turn, you can target 1 Noble Arms equipped spell card and 1 appropriate monster on the field. Are you not an appropriate monster on the field? No? Okay, that's fine, I guess. I'll set this and end my turn. What I was going to do was send that to the graveyard and then equip it to the monster. That way it wouldn't be destroyed just off the bat. And also so that I could draw one using my Until Noble Arms Are Needed Again. And my Until Noble Arms Are Needed Again is gone. That's crazy how that happened to me. Okay, it's fine. It's no big deal. What kind of deck are you? And it is a Cyber Dragon deck. Damn, okay. So why didn't this work? You're a warrior monster. You can only control one. Equip only to a warrior type monster. Once returned, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed. Yeah, that should have worked. No, what am I missing? What am I... Talk to me. You can target one Noble Arms equipped spell card and one appropriate monster on the field. Equipped. So I think the caveat to this card is it can't use its effect on itself for some reason. I think that's literally the only caveat to the card. So I don't think that this is a duel that we're going to be winning. But hey, it's a learning experience at the very least. Huh? Oh, well, that's new. I haven't seen that happen yet. Mermail. Oh, when this set card is into okay, no, that is a very clever card. Is that even well, GG to you, my friend. That was a little sad. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so going second this time around. Now, as a result of that last duel, I am now of the firm oh, he has balance on Kite already. Beautiful. I am now of the firm opinion that what's it called? I am now of the firm opinion that Bedwitty or whatever his name is ass. Ooh, Ties with the Brethren. I never see that. I'm always the one who uses that card, so he gets a special summon. He gets a full field effectively. So good for him. I rarely see people use it, and you don't use that card unless you're confident. So I'm slightly less confident now. Good job, man. Okay, once returned, you can change this card to face down. Okay, that's okay. Fair enough. That's fine actually. That's completely fine because I brought my Hatronade, and even though this is the beauty of the Noble Knight Brothers, right? So I special summon this, I activate its effect, and even if they were to Floodgate Trap Hole me, or if they were to do something to disrupt me, I'm pretty sure you still get the special summon off, right? I still get to special summon both of these monsters, and I can go into my rank 4 XCs. And I remember at the beginning of the video where I said I couldn't access my rank 5 XCs. That was a lie, and I'm sorry that I lied to you, friends. It's what friends do sometimes, right? Because that's not entirely true. So what I can do here is go into Custonin, right? I go into Custonin using these two cards. It doesn't really matter which two cards I use. I could use 3, but I don't need to get rid of 3 monsters. And then if Custonin gets destroyed at any point, I get to go into my rank 5 regardless. So I still have access to the card. It's not like I don't have access to the card anymore just because. Now, the beauty of this is if it's effectively an infinite loop, and that's what I want to show you. What gave me the idea to do this video in the first place is you can infinitely loop Noble Knight Brothers and King Custonin, right? Because say you have 3 monsters in your grave. Okay, so imagine a situation. Oh wait, yeah, I won. Okay, I'll tell you about it in the next duel. Okay, so this is my actual Noble Knight deck that I used to hit King of Games, right? So, like I said, I run 1 copy of Brothers in it. So, you special summon Brothers and you go into, let's say, a Madrot, right? Then you Xyz into Custonin, you bounce 2 cards back to the hand. You do whatever you want to with Custonin, but if Custonin gets destroyed, you then go into King Artorigus, because when Custonin gets destroyed, you can rank up into either of the other 2 Noble Knight XYZ monsters. So you rank up into Artorigus, you get to pop 1 monster on the field because you automatically have 1 XYZ material, and any Noble Knight cards that are in your graveyard you get to use. Now, assume that in the same turn or something happens, Artorigus gets destroyed. Well, when Artorigus gets destroyed, you can target a Noble Knight monster that's in your graveyard, right? And you float into it. So, so I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm sorry. Sacred Noble Knight of, we're talking about the Sacred Noble Knight of King Artorigus, the rank 5. The rank 5 is what you want to rank up into. So when this card gets destroyed, you get to target 1 or level 4 or higher noble monster in your graveyard and you special summon it. Now, what level 4 or higher monster is going to be in your graveyard? Noble Knight Brothers, because you use these 2 cards to XYZ into this card, which then got you this card. So you bring Noble Knight Brothers back out, and most likely that's so much floating. So you've gone from, let's say let's say you started with this, then you floated into this, and then you floated into this. It's very unlikely that your opponent is going to be able to disrupt you to that extent, so you will most likely be able to end on this. Now, it's your turn again. What's in your graveyard? In your graveyard, you have the Madrot that you used to XYZ someone with brothers. You have Artorigus, and you have King Custonin. Now, assuming that you've got one of these in the graveyard or just any other monster in your hand, you can then create that entire cycle again because you've got 3 monsters in your graveyard. So you activate this effect, you send this back to the graveyard, you send this from the graveyard back to the deck, send this back to the extra deck, and send this back to the extra deck, and you get to draw 1 card. There's a good chance you're drawing a monster. So what that means is you can then you normal summon your monster again, and you go right back into King Custonin and you do it all again. You only need 1 copy of King Custonin because you only need 1 copy of Noble Knight Brothers. Because even if that copy of Noble Knight Brothers gets sent to the graveyard, any copy of King Artorigus, if it gets destroyed, can bring it back out. The only time when you'll need to start shuffling and recycling is if you're on the back foot, which means that Artorigus is most likely going to get destroyed, and that Brothers play can save you time and time again, because that means you get to bounce another 2 cards back to the hand, because as soon as you go into Brothers again, get this back in your extra deck, that's another 2 cards you get to pop. Not even pop, you're just bouncing them back to the hand, right? So any destruction effects don't get triggered. It's a really, when you do that to like extra deck monsters, bro, because that's just all of the setup wasted, you know? It's a very strong card that I appreciate a lot, and so I wanted to make a video showcasing it in action. So let's actually use a different variation of the Noble Knight deck, because I do want to show you a version where I want to show you a victory where Brothers puts in work. Now this is my big Noble Knights, right? My full 30 card Noble Knight balance deck, and we're gonna try this out. Let's go. I love that I'm seeing so much of Kite literally everywhere. So in a situation like this where I've opened Brothers and Madrot, it makes more sense to start with Madrot. The reason being, Madrot has a selfish effect. Madrot has to be the only monster on the field in order to activate his effect. So yes, I could go into my Custonin on turn 1 and create that infinite loop that we talked about, but I can gain a lot more card advantage using this strategy instead. Now, assuming I didn't have a Noble Arms equipped spell card in my hand, let's say the balance didn't proc or I got the wrong cards in my hand, it would absolutely make sense to go with Brothers and then go for the Custonin loop, right? But in this situation, that's not actually necessary. So that's why I don't do that here. Right, so this is standard Noble Knight gameplay. So you get, you send Guinevere to the hand or graveyard. Guinevere is a really good card to use with Borz's effect. The reason being, whether it's in the graveyard or the hand, you still get to get your summon off. So that's really good. So I set this, and then I go into, I want to rank, I want to go into my rank 5, primarily because I want that floating effect. I don't always do this depending on the situation, but I don't have a lot of reason to be afraid, and I want that extra zone so that I can set my until Noble Arms are needed once again. So let's give this a shot. Wait, Herratic? That's not what I expected to see here. Okay. Once per turn, target 1 face-up dragon monster on your field. Level of that monster until the end phase. When this card is distributed, special summon 1 dragon type normal monster from... Huh? Wait, what? What the heck? What's happening? Okay, I guess. What? When this card is distributed, special summon 1 dragon type normal monster from your hand or deck, but make its attack and defense 0. So this is level 6. Huh. Okay, so he's got 2 level 6s. I guess it's not a Blue Eyes deck. I thought it was Blue Eyes because they used White Stone of the Ancients, but huh. You know, it specifically says Blue Eyes. Maybe they've got some Blue Eyes sprinkled in there. Who are you? No, I think I've seen you before. You don't do anything. You just special summon one of your own monsters, which isn't really a threat to me. I think so far you haven't done anything to make me question my morals, my beliefs, and my decisions, sir. That might change, but no saying. I don't... Wait, what? End phase? That was the whole strat? Aw. I really wanted you to come with a bit more vim, to be honest. Like, I wanted you to conduct some destruction, to do a lot of different things, because I wanted to showcase the comeback ability of Noble Knight Brothers, right? I wanted you to completely wipe my field and to have to make like this dope comeback, and it's just another Blue Eyes. I thought you would at least banish this. Come on, friend. All right, I suppose I'm here for it. Let's go. Now, you make it so that I can't target, right? It's not just that I can't destroy. If this card is special summon, Dragon type cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. So, what that means is it's literally useless to try and do anything too crazy. Activate the effect of Noble Knight Brothers. I'm going to get Madrot on the field here with me. Like I said, the problem being I can't target this guy for anything, but I can still prepare in case I'm attacked, because even though I can't use this card effect, let's special summon this. Another thing that I found with Noble Knights in general, I tend to run out of time so often, right? You're playing Noble Knights, you're going at it, you're having a good time, but because there's so many cards to keep track of and so many decisions to make, I find that so many of my duels are close calls. I've lost so many duels to timeouts, it's actually ridiculous. So let's see what this guy does. Okay, we have a summon. Oh, he went into Photon Dragon. Okay. Which one of my cards is he going to banish is the question, because when this card attacks, he gets to banish the monster that he's attacking as well as himself, and he gains attack for each XYZ material detached. Now here's the problem for him. He can detach this, he can attack him, then banish him, but then this gets reattached and destroys that monster, or he can get rid of him and, you know, he loses the materials and he gains some attack. But the problem with doing that is he would still have a material and he would just pop him on the next turn because he has no destruction protection. So I don't know what his plan is, but I'm going to assume that he has one and wait expected. Huh? Ooh, okay, not expected. All right, what do you do again? Right, he can target one monster on the field or in either graveyard, return it back to the hand. So what scares me with that is if he does it to him, so the smart and alternative, damn, this is a fierce turn he's put together. So with alternative, what he could do in this situation is send him back to the hand, then destroy him. That probably actually wouldn't be the best play. I'm trying to think of what his best I'm thinking of what his best play would be instead of mine. That's actually crazy to me. Okay, who do you destroy? Dristan, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, but then what's your next play? Who do you return to the hand is my next question. Okay, you return Artorigus. You returned Artorigus to the hand. So I'm right, because if he's returned to the hand, then that means he can't properly float. Okay. So his aim appears to be to just get rid of all of my floating ability here, right? So I will special summon. Who will I special summon from the deck? No one would actually be strong enough to survive an attack. But I want to have a body on the field. So this isn't about surviving an attack. This is just about making sure that my life points don't get touched. Do I need Gallatin to activate it? It doesn't really help, no. Whoa, okay, I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming. That's actually crazy. Okay, so he's most likely going to destroy two monsters, right? What's his play? If I was him, I wouldn't have tributed Photon Galaxy Eyes. I really wouldn't have, because now that he's destroyed Custonin, I just float into another Artorigus. Maybe he thought I only he returned my Artorigus to the hand. He facilitated this, if anything, right? Because that's a hard once per turn on his ability, and because I don't know what his plan was here, huh? I really don't know. And that was the end of his turn? Bro, not like this. Not like this. Okay, so what's my play? My play here is activate this effect. See, the lag might get me kicked out of this duel before anything else. Okay, destroy him. I really wish I had gotten a chance to use Boar's recycling ability. That would have been... I mean, to be fair, I used one of Boar's abilities, and this is supposed to be a Boar's showcase, not just a general Noble Knight showcase. But, like, this deck is just really strong. This deck is just really freaking strong, bro. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I do have a chance to use Boar's. This is beautiful, right? Because I go Boar's, and then I get to recycle my rank 4, put you back, add you back to the deck. Are those the right monsters to put back? Yeah, I think these are the right monsters. And my opponent surrenders before I can do the... Oh man, I was gonna use Until Noble Arms Are Needed once again, and then add Madrot to the board, and then go back into a Custonin, and then send his monsters back to the hand, because that recycling power is amazing, and I can just do that over and over and over again. So that's close enough to a good showcase of the recycle. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of a long-winded one, but we had fun, didn't we? We learned a lot about ourselves and each other along the way. Okay, bye.